Good morning, class 12th. In the previous class, we have started off with a new chapter of gene regulation in prokaryotes. Today, we shall be continuing with the operon. Operon, I told you in the previous class that these are a set of linked genes which act together and govern which gene to be expressed in the form of protein. Okay, so that was operon. Coming on to the definition again, an operon is a cluster of coordinately regulated genes. These genes are regulated by an operator. Operon is having an operator. This operator regulates whether which particular portion of the gene will be expressed just now and which portion will not be expressed, and whether at all the whole sequence will be expressed for now or not. That depends on I told you the internal and the external factors are governing whether the genes will be expressed or not. So same thing happens here when the operon gets a message that now I need lactose, for example, or now I need insulin, for example. So insulin gene has to be expressed, and when enough amount of insulin is present in the body, then this operating system will stop the expression of the genes which are forming insulin, and the gene will be stopped from the expression. Okay, so this operon will consist of following thing. The first is the structural gene, which actually, see, as the name says, structural. These genes are actually forming the structure. And what is the structure here? They are encoding for the enzymes. So this is actually storing the message which has to be transcribed into the messenger RNA and further translated into a protein which will act as an enzyme. Yes, you remember that certain proteins are acting as enzymes. So we are not calling it directly enzyme, but we will be calling it as protein. Now the second portion in the operon is the regulatory gene, also called, for an example, the repressors. These repressors repress, you understand, which stop. Regulatory gene can switch off the expression of a gene. Of which gene? Of the structural gene. So the structural gene is actually expressing itself, and its expression is regulated by regulatory gene and regulatory sites. These regulatory sites are promoters and operators which are actually deciding whether the messenger RNA will be formed or not, whether the gene will be forming a messenger RNA in this particular time or not. So what actually happened? This regulatory gene produces the repressor. The regulatory gene produces repressor. This repressor goes and gives the message to regulatory sites. Now the regulatory sites stop or start the expression of structural gene. So they are all in a sequence. I will tell you. Just understand the concept. The first operon which we will be studying is inducible operon. It is a type of operon, and the other will be the second type which you will study is the repressible operon. But today we will discuss only about inducible and understand the basic structure or model of operon. Just have a look on this gene structure. Here you can see a regulator gene. This whole is an operon model of inducible system. Okay, so this portion, this whole sequence, you need to remember as it is. Now what happens? This is present on the DNA of Escherichia coli. Now there is a regulator gene or R. After the regulator gene, there is another promoter region present on the gene, operator region present on the gene, and then the three structural genes are present: gene Z, gene Y, and gene A. Okay, so these three genes are present. These are the structural gene. Again, just understand. Take out your notebook if possible, and just correlate it with the diagram which you have drawn on the second page. Here what happens? See, you can see a regulator gene which can be denoted by R in certain books. Then a promoter region P, and then an operator region O. So RPO, that will be in a sequence with a small gap of genes which are also expressed but not having a remarkable function here in the operon model. So we will study about the sequence. We will learn the sequence. First is R, that is the regulator, then a blank space or the genes which are not expressed, something related, and then the promoter region, then operator region, and after that the structural genes. See, in this example we have taken structural genes, 3 structural genes, one after the other, Z, Y, A. You will write down in this sequence only. The sequence is very important. I am telling you again and again. Just understand. Regulator, then a short stretch which you don't have to label, then promoter, then operator, and then the 3 structural gene. This you will draw as it is. Now what happens? When regulator says, okay, now the gene has to be expressed. Which gene? Now the structural gene has to be expressed. So what will happen? The RNA polymerase will go and bind at the promoter region, because RNA polymerase is responsible for the synthesis of messenger RNA, you know. So it will go and bind to the promoter region and will slide on, and this RNA polymerase will slide on and transcribe the portions of gene Z, Y and A, and after the transcription further the mRNA will be produced, and mRNA will be producing the enzymes. Yes, so this is the sequence how it follows. Clear? These all are the segments present on the DNA. This you need to remember, that these are present on the DNA. Clear? So this Z gene can also be called as LAC-Z, Y gene can also be called as LAC-Y, and A can also be called as LAC-A. So they are actually forming the enzymes which are responsible for metabolizing, for breaking down or digesting lactose. When lactose is present, then these enzymes are produced. I'll tell you how. So basic structure you understood, that there is a regulator present, promoter present, operator present, and after that 3 structural genes are present. This whole thing, this whole is known as a this structural genes together are called as cistron. Cistron is there, I told you in the previous class. Cistrons are the set of structural genes. Here in this case it is LAC-Z, LAC-Y and LAC-A. These structural genes are called as cistron, and they will be transcribed to form certain enzymes like LAC-Z. LAC-Z will be 3 enzymes, 3 genes are there, so different 3 enzymes will be formed. LAC-Z will form beta galactosidase, LAC-Y will form beta galactosidase permease, or we only call it as permease, and LAC-A will form transacetylase. Okay, so remember, LAC-Z beta galactosidase, LAC-Y permease, and LAC-A transacetylase. Okay, so these 3 genes are forming 3 different enzymes. I will tell you why and how these 3 enzymes are important. Clear?